all those extra efforts and physical plays without fouling, just making winning plays. But I think at that time we were talking about some schematics. This is a really good, offensive team. They force you to have to compete at a super high level, but you have to do it with a brain and you have to do it with discipline. And our guys, regardless of how the head coach feels like during the fourth quarter, our guys love to compete. They love to put themselves out there in those moments of truth. And fortunately, we were able to make a lot of big defensive plays, down the stretch, and then we got a lot of contributions, which you're going to need against a team like this. That some of that run happened with JB on the bench. Their run in the second quarter happened with Jokic on the bench. But Duncan's minutes were really good. Kyle just has this veteran championship experience that just kind of settles everybody, and he just makes the big appropriate plays or big plays at the appropriate times, and then bam. We just can't say enough of how difficult his responsibilities are in this series. To take arguably the toughest cover in the league for all the myriad of reasons that I don't need to get into. And then he has to shoulder a big offensive role for us as well. So it's not like he can just stand and rest on the offensive side. And yes, he has to play 40-plus minutes as well.
We're going to stay on the right side, fourth row.
Anthony Chang, Miami Herald. You guys have had a bunch of really, really impressive shot-making games this postseason. But tonight, what did you feel like you guys did better as far as the offensive process, especially in that fourth quarter?
More intentional. And that doesn't guarantee you anything either. But at least you give yourself the best chance that the ball's going where it needs to go. Everybody understands what we're trying to get accomplished. And then you have to trust. You have to trust each other. So we did get some relief points on cuts and extra passes, ball movement that led to open shots. And then, yes, it always looks better if the ball goes in. But our guys are competitors. They love those kind of moments.
We're going to go to left side, fifth row.
Well, Nick Friedel, ESPN. I know mental toughness has been a bedrock of the organization for a few decades, but why do you think this team has shown to be so resilient over and over?
Well, we've talked about it in all the previous three series, Nick. So I feel like I'm being redundant, but we've faced a lot of adversity during the season, and we handled it the right way, where you're not making excuses about it, the injuries, the changing lineups. And because of all that adversity and the 57 close games that happened, due to a lot of that, that it hardened us, it steeled us, and we developed some grit, which is what we all want, right? We want to be able to have that privilege of having adversity, and being able to overcome it. You gain strength from that. But this is a very tough opponent. They have our full respect for sure.
We're going to stick to the left side, second row.
Coach Ryan McFadden from the Denver Post. In game one, you mentioned Max Strus is ignitable despite the poor shooting effort you had in game one. Just how pleased were you the way he got going early in the first quarter to kind of set the tone for you guys?
Yeah, of course, like everybody's going to be looking at that final number. How many threes did he hit? But he's a winning basketball player. He does winning things defensively. He's physical. He's in the right spots. He's a great block-out guy. He's also a guy that'll come in and help rebound. If you give him a task, he'll do it. And that's winning basketball. Offensively, yeah, it's always great to see the ball go in, but Max has also proven that he can impact winning, regardless of whether the ball's going in. He puts in more time than he probably should, He's a masochist like all of us, and he's always going to put in the